Hey everybody, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another by request song tutorial. In today's lesson, I'm going to be breaking down the intro section to Passenger's 2012 hit, Let Her Go. Now this is an example of some really beautiful fingerstyle work, and it's kind of in the style of Paul Simon, so it won't be too different from some of the other songs that I've broken down on this channel. Now if you're a beginner and you don't yet have your fingerstyle chops built up, then I suggest you tackle the basics with my fingerstyle breakthrough lesson. The link is right up here in the corner. As usual, I have all the tabs available for you at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You can support the channel there for $1 a month and gain access to resources, tabs, and other things for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons. Now let's get started with a full demonstration, then I'm going to break it up section by section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, breaking that up into 4 different sections. We have our capo here on the 7th fret. We're in the key of G, technically speaking, but we're going to be playing in C position. We're going to break it up into 4 sections, the first of which is going to sound like this. Okay, very, very pretty. Sounds complicated, but I think we can break this down nice and slow in a way that's easy for you to get. Okay, so I have my fingers in their appropriate positions. My thumb is controlling the low E string, A string, and the D string. And my pointer finger or index is on the G string, middle finger on the B string, and my ring finger controlling the high E string. Okay, getting started on that first little hook. It's gonna sound like this. Getting ourselves to the F major chord. Okay, so that began with the 3rd fret of the B string, and we're going back and forth between that note and the high E string open. Then go down to the B string 1st fret. And that note can kind of stay put throughout most of this intro. Alright, once we've done that, we're going to think about our F major shape. 1st fret of the B string, 2nd fret of the G, 3rd fret of the D string, and my thumb wrapped around to grab the root on the low E string 1st fret. Here I'm going to play. Alright, so I had the low E string and the G string together, hammering the middle finger down to the 2nd fret. So far you have. One more time. Okay, now that you have that first little hook, we're gonna have this really cool kind of crisscross pattern. It sounds like this. Real slow. Very simple, just holding the chord, E string, G string, D string, B and E at the same time. I'm breaking the rules and using my index and middle for that. Then I'm gonna play E string, G string, D string, B string, by itself. So it's kind of the same thing twice, right? Except in the first go around, we have a double pick. Very, very pretty. Now you put that together with that little hook and it sounds like this. All right, to tackle section 1 of this intro. Okay, now moving on to section 2 of this intro. It's gonna sound like this real slow. And at full speed. Okay, breaking that down, it begins with that exact same hook, but now we have the low E string involved, the bass note. Okay, so let's get that. We had the 3rd fret of the low E string timed with the 3rd fret of the B string. High E string open, back to the 3rd fret, and then the 1st fret of the B string, which could have been held down all along as I mentioned. Alright, so we have. Then we're going to go to an A minor chord with a hammer. That was the A string open and the G string 2nd fret. We're going 0 to 2, hammering down on that G string. So what I like to do is I like to kind of pick up the whole A minor, except for the index finger, and then hammer it down. That way I'm getting the A string and the G string. So far you have. Alright, then once you've hammered those notes down, we're going to grab the D string and the B string with that A minor chord fretted. Alright, then we're on to the second half. It's going to sound like this. So hold that A minor chord again. We're going to play A string, D string, the B string and high E string together again, then 3 and 3, low E string and B string, open D and G. Okay, so one more time, real slow, that entire second part. A little bit faster. Okay, now you need to practice section 1 and section 2 over and over again independently of one another, then start working on putting them together. Once you've done that, it's going to sound like this. These are the first two sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and... Okay, now we're on to section 3. Okay, section 3 is going to sound like this real slow. A little bit faster. Okay, breaking that down. Okay, so very repetitive. This section is going to begin with that exact same hook, getting ourselves to the F chord. That should be familiar by now. Next, we have another crisscross pattern, but adding in the element of a pull-off on the high E string. So, that section we need to hold that F chord down. Low E string, G string, D string, B string, then high E string, 3rd fret. I got my ring finger ready to pluck it, and I pull the pinky off to the open E string. Real slow. Then we just need to take the middle finger off and play D, G. On your right hand, that's your thumb and your pointer finger doing that work, of course. Okay, so that second half again, we have the F chord fretted. Alright, it might be a little difficult to remember to take that middle finger off. If you forget, it's not going to sound bad, but it is part of the track. Okay, that entire 3rd section now. Okay, if you have that, then go back to section 1, section 2, section 3, and see if you can put them all together. Okay, now I'm performing sections 1 through 3. Real slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and... Now we're ready for section 4. Okay, section 4 is going to sound like this real slow. And a little bit faster. Okay, pretty simple here. Not too dissimilar from what we played earlier. I have my middle finger on the low E string, 3rd fret, my pointer finger still on that 1st fret of the B string. And I need to do a hammer on. I'm going 1 to 3, but with that low root fretted. After that, I need to play the D string and the high E string. Very, very cool move. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to go to the A minor. Things get a little easy here. Okay, so the A minor chord is fretted. We hit the root first, A string, G and B together, then a basic arpeggio, which I broke down in my fingerstyle breakthrough lesson. On On the right hand, thumb, thumb, pointer, middle. Arpeggiating the chord. So far you have. Then simply just play root and that G string and B string again to finish up section 4. Put it all together, we have. Okay, so this intro basically repeats twice verbatim. Okay, now playing through sections 1 through 4, then the repeat and the finish. Just know that when you go through the repeat, that first little hook that we have in the beginning is going to have the low root involved with it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and. Here's the finish. I create a G shape, but all I need is my third finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string and a basic arpeggio. Low E string, D string, open, G string, open, B string, open. My right hand, thumb, thumb, pointer, middle. Then we're gonna go to the F chord to get ourselves into the first chorus, which will also be fingerstyle. You'll be able to learn that in my upcoming lesson on the entire tune. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on the intro section to Let Her Go. You can check back later in the week for a lesson on the full tune. I want to thank my patrons at patreon.com/swiftLessons for supporting the channel. I hope you're enjoying the extra resources. I got many more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.